ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another week of seeing what our lovely friend Zer has for us. You know, I did not realize that that Guardian Games was up this week. I thought that this was this coming week. I am very behind then. I'm very behind in general with Destiny. I think a lot of us are. I think it's in a rough spot. I'm hoping that we'll have something a little more enticing in the near future here. But we shall see, I suppose. I apologize for missing last week, folks. I was not doing too hot, but hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. Good start to your weekend. Are you guys one of the remaining 5,000 or so that are playing Destiny currently, or have you guys been playing other games? I gotta be honest, I have played more Overwatch than anything the last like month and a half, I guess, maybe. All right, let's see what our boy has this week. First up for our hunters, we got Lucky Pants, we've got a Grenadier archetype, and we've got Melee as our third stat with a base of 61. Grenade and Super is solid. A lot of the times when I'm doing Lucky Pants, it's like specifically a like mono solar build. And a lot of times I will be running the what are the two, I believe it's two fragments that give you basically like infinite melees, like as long as you get a kill you get a melee back. So this, I could see myself rocking this. I think my Lucky Pants that I have are already in my build, but I might double check that and come back for it. Arachne's Facade, we've got the Gunner archetype, base stat of 60, and we got Melee as our tertiary again. For our Titans, we do have the Phoenix Cradles, one of my favorite exotics for Titan of all time. It's never been incredibly good, but I have just always enjoyed it. There's something about it that was very fun to me. We do have a base power of 59, which is not ideal, and we have the Bulwark archetype. And our tertiary is in weapons. Up next, we have the Second Chance Gauntlets for Titan. We've got a Brawler archetype. We've got a base of 62, and weapons is our tertiary. These are actually pretty bang up exotics, unless they've reworked them and I just missed it somehow. But they were definitely good for a while there. Astrocyte Verse is the first that we have for our Warlocks. A personal favorite of mine. I am a big Void Walker Blink user kind of person. So Astrocyte is always very fun to me. And I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is what it is. Got a base stat of 61. An archetype of Specialist, and a tertiary of Grenade. Last but not least, we do have the Ballador's Wrathweavers. We've got an archetype that is a Grenadier, which is not bad, at a base of 60 and class as our tertiary. That is actually, I don't think that that's bad for those exotics. As always, we will have the class items, Stoicism, Relativism, and Solipsism. They will show up at Zer based on which character you log in as. So if you log in on a Warlock and don't see the Hunter cloak, don't panic, just log into your Hunter, and he will have it right there for you. For our strange offers, we do have some basketballs this week. as well as we've got cores, glimmer, and banners. For our gear offers, we have the tractor cannon catalyst, which is very solid. The Wardcliff coil, which is also very solid. We have Black Talon, which kind of floats in and out of being super useful depending on like what you're doing with it and whatnot, and it's definitely usable. Telesto, one of the greatest exotics of all time. If you haven't messed around with it, pick it up and go do something stupid with it. Vigilance Wing is good, but it's struggling right now. I think its time to kill is just a little bit slower than what the optimal is, and it doesn't really have any utility in PvE. So the fact that it's kind of rough in PvP right now makes it kind of rough, even though it's really, really good. And of course we have HAWKMOON. Actually really decent HAWKMOON. Got Snapshot Extended Barrel. We've got Polygrip. That range on Hawk is really, really solid. If you have been hunting for a good HAWKMOON and you don't have one, this is it. Get this HAWKMOON. This is the one that you're gonna want. For our legendary weapons, we have Friction Fire with Zen Moment and Rampage. I used to love this gun. I used it so much. I believe I had Overflow and Rampage on mine. But nowadays, I don't think that, I don't believe that this archetype or the perks are too good on this. Probably usable, but most likely you should pass. Oh boy, we've got a Farewell, a favorite sidearm of mine. I'm trying to remember if I even still have mine. We've got full auto trigger system, and we've got unrelenting. Man, remember when full auto was a perk you could roll on guns? Up next we have Locus Locotus, a keep away, and we've got Headstone. Interesting combo. I could see that working. Small bore steady rounds, range masterwork. I believe that these weapons were craftable, so you could probably get slightly better even if it's just improving the stats. Yeah, it's a really fun sniper. I can't say that it's like super good. But it definitely is fun and more unique, and if you want to, shake it up a little bit, I would definitely recommend grabbing it. We have the Deicide. I farmed for the shotgun so much. So much, and I never got a good roll. And today will not be the day that I get a good roll either, because we've got Slideways, or Slide Shot, pardon me, and Demo. I could see it being somewhat okay in PvE, but I don't foresee many people caring about it in PvE, honestly. We got the Comedian with Lead from Gold and Adrenaline Junkie once again. There's a play to be made for it in PvE, but frankly, it just is not. It's not a good. The gun itself at base is good. The perks that are on it are not, and it's not like you would be hurting yourself to bring this in for like a run and gun on a Nightfall or something, but realistically, you're not going to want to use this. Now, the last handful are what have caught my eye this entire time. We've got an Adept Exalted Truth. Oh boy. You've got Lone Wolf, Full Bore, Flared Mag, and Mag Howl. Good God. On an Adept Exalted Truth. That is stupid. Yeah, if you don't have a good Exalted Truth or a good hand cannon, get that. Like, please. Up next we have Swarm with Feeding Frenzy and Dragonfly. I was hoping that this was the Adept one. It's not, but again, similar to the Comedian, I could see some people using it for like running guns and Nightfalls and things like that. I don't think you're going to take this into a raid or maybe a dungeon, maybe, but it's not going to be, that challenge mode kind of thing. This is not going to be a weapon you're going to use in that. That being said, it's not bad, it just could be better. Next we have the Cataphract with Slick Draw and Vorpal weapon. No spikes. We do have quick launch and velocity masterwork, which is nice. I would recommend against getting this because I think that it's just not, like, Vorpal is not the worst, but it's far from the best. Slick Draw does essentially nothing for you in PvE, and without anything to, like, you could put on high velocity, but it's not gonna up your damage at all. So I would just skip personally. And up next we have the Adept Abyssal Edge with Tireless Blade and Sword Logic. We do have Jagged Edge, and we have Balanced and Burst. I forget what role. I think Sword Logic was the, I think this might have been the role that I actually like hunted for. There was one role that I wanted to try and never got on it. You know, okay, so this is a heavy wave frame. So this goes in your heavy slot, but it's a wave frame. And Sword Logic gives bonus damage, and it gets like more and more bonus damage if you kill a higher value target. So like if you kill a Thrall, you get 1 stack. If you kill an Acolyte, you get 2 stacks. If you kill, you know, an Ogre, you'll get another stack, right? Depending on the difficulty of the enemy that you've killed, red, yellow, orange, boss, mini boss, right? But the thing is like getting a kill will just refresh it. Getting a better kill will turn your buff into the next higher buff. So you can kill a champion and then have that, you know, times 4, and then just run around murdering thralls and like, right? But because it's a wave frame, I used to use this on Titan with Bolt Charge, and I would use my strongholds, guard, and then once things got stunned, I would heavy attack. And I would send a wave out and kill 3 or 4 little guys. Then I would get stacks of Sword Logic, go back to guarding while my attack charged. Once my attack charged, I could swing out, right? And it would charge faster than I would lose my buff. And so every time I was swinging, my sword was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. For this specifically, like for that playstyle, Tireless Blade is not something normally I go for, but for that specific playstyle, Tireless Blade would be really, really banger. Also, it's just a beautiful sword. But with that being said, I think that it is all our lovely friend Zur has brought for us this week. Thank you to everybody who came out and watched. I appreciate you all. I apologize. I'm just a touch congested today. Hopefully none of my nonsense has come through the mic, but if it has, I apologize. I hope you all are having a good start to your weekend. I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend. I hope that you have enjoyed your week so far, and that if you're playing other games besides Destiny, I hope you're having fun on those. I know because of the games, I will probably try and hop on Destiny a little bit here. I don't know if I feel like it right now. Well, I believe that's the first time that has ever happened. So I accidentally bumped my microphone cable and it disconnected. Normally that kind of stuff gets edited out, but as we know, we do not edit these videos. They're just quick, sit down, record, chat, and post. But this is the first time we've ever had like a technical difficulty like that, I believe, on the channel. But anywho, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. I have really been enjoying it. I miss Destiny, but I just don't have anything to do. Maybe the games will give me something to do. I might hop back on over the weekend and try and at least do some challenges, get my like gold and silver. If they're doing those the same this year, I imagine they are. get my rewards and get the new weapons and all that fun stuff, but maybe this will revamp it. I know a few years back we were in a pretty rough spot, obviously not quite as rough as we are now, but we had games and then we went into the Light, and then there was some other event that they updated that was like really good too, and then it was Final Shape right after, I think. And like, you know, Destiny is one of the games that there's always promise. There's always a potential for it to get better, and it just takes the time and the effort. But all of that is speculation and yet to be seen. So with that, I will say goodbye. You guys have a fantastic weekend. If you're new around here, hit the follow button. I currently only do Destiny stuff, but we're looking at branching out, you know, in the near future. So maybe you'll find something else you like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to leave a like. And I love you all, and I will see you next week, Guardians.